with Danny Garcia, Garcia, Arce, Arce, address 2216 North Fitzhugh.
I thought you were playing something there for a second, Joe. Anyway,
Wasn't me.
that's a slight preview of something soon to come. But before we get there,
Happy 400, sir.
happy 400th, Joe. I
Yes.
had to come out with a special banger of a fucking entrance song for tonight because it's a special occasion.
That was awesome.
I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. Good Lord. We will get to all of you in just 1 second. I am hearing little cash register rings all over the fucking place. You guys freaking rule.
Yeah.
Let me just say something first real quick, Joe, out of the way.
Okay.
Dude, 400 episodes is a lot.
It's a lot.
Been doing this show for 12 years. That's a long time. And not really at a breakneck pace. You know, I'm not like Robbie on Out of the Blank where we're in episode 2000 or something. I think he does a show every day. I couldn't do that.
Well, you're getting close.
More power to him. But
Oh,
400 for a show exclusively about this topic is crazy. And for this show to have evolved into what it was, into what it is, and who knows what it will become in the future
right.
is awesome.
Yeah.
And a lot of you folks were here for the 300th. We had a little ditty party, you know, for everybody. But tonight we're going to bring you some actual research and a banger of a show. It's just not going to be a circle jerk because, you know, we did that already. So we wanted to give you something special, something we've never talked about on the show before, somebody we haven't looked into the show or haven't looked into on the show before, and bring you some interesting information. So, Joe, before we do, please welcome in the Scafoozery here this evening.
Well, there's a lot, but I just want to say a couple quick words
Yes.
about the 400th. Do you know what number episode, Trey, don't give it away, that your boy came on the show and we took the show live on YouTube? You got to take a guess.
247.
I respect the answer. 261.
That was close.
It was close, actually. Debuted on November 22nd, ironically, in 2023. So I am about 140 shows in, and I just wanted to personally thank you because I wouldn't be in this spot without you. Obviously, you were a major part of why I got into this case, and of course, are presenting at Lancer in 23, and all the wisdom you have provided me. And yeah, man, you're a machine. I mean, listen, you're just banging out the content. In terms of book reviews, Rob research, ramblings. You'd have 79, right? 79 episodes of Quick Hits now. So technically, you're well over 500. But you know, you've inspired a lot of people to get involved in the subject, to kind of think deeper about it. Me being one of them. I just happen to have a microphone now. But thank you for that, sir, and looking forward to what's to come.
Thank you. Kind words, Joseph. And you know, the show wouldn't be what it is today without the Joe B and him prodding with a fork in my ass to do this thing on YouTube. I mean, it didn't take much prodding.
No.
It was a novel idea, and I was on board very quickly. But
Yeah. And another little And thank you for those kind words, sir. Another little thing I had tried to put together, yet alas, it did not come to fruition. I was in contact with two people from Luna's office to try to get a little 30-second cameo video thanking Rob or and us, whatever, on our 400th episode from the goddess herself, Luna. But alas, the director of communications did not get back to me in time. And
Well, apparently Joe forgot today was a holiday, a federal holiday called Juneteenth.
oh my god.
Uh,
I did message them earlier in the week, but yeah, I did not take that into consideration. But maybe it will happen in the future when they get back off a holiday. Man, who has more holidays than Congress?
teachers.
Politicians, teachers. That's true. All right. Welcome, winner, Roger. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Raj.
Getting the gold. Congrats.
Sorry we forgo your beautiful intro for this evening, but I felt we needed a little something to spice up the party here at 400, and we'll be back to the normal rotation next week. But yeah,
Congrats to Mr. Norman Cockwell and Joe for the big four.
Somebody's been listening to the show.
Yeah, someone's been paying attention. Congratulate D-Dubs. Congratulations on 400 shows. I've been a listener since the very beginning, and I've listened to and or watched every episode multiple times. Keep up the great work, and here's to the next 400. Thank you.
Gee, Derek Ward. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, and he would have gotten the silver. And Tiny coming in with the gold. Woo, 400!
The bronze.
The bronze. What did I say?
The
Silver.
gold.
Oh. Well, I have to take back your gold, Tiny.
Give that shit back, Tiny.
Alpha 66 in the house.
Big Mike.
How are you? Congrats on 400 shows. Let's get to 1,000 plus shows.
Easy.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I'll be dead before we hit 1,000. It took 14 years to get to 400. Yeah, 14 years, more years. I'll be 66.
Oof.
And then I'll need to go another 200 after that. I'll be 72. I don't know, man.
It's a lot.
It's a lofty goal, but I'm here to try.
Yeah. Claude and Aunt Udina are ready with their Lone Stars. Julia Postal being Cuban is a first for me. I think we're going to talk a little bit about her later, towards the end-ish.
Eugene's not Cuban?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You never know.
Never know. Timothy Ryan, what's up, buddy? Wow, congrats, Rob and Joey. Here's to many more. Thank you, sir. Tubes to the 400 incredible guys. As I say, the highest working podcasters out there. We appreciate it. Thank you. Peaches' sister, what up? Peaches, as I like to call her. Glad to see him in early tonight, and hope you're well.
Welcome in.
And GP Ideal showing love to the boys. This community gets here early. Yeah.
What's up, Will? Thanks for showing up for a brother. You know what I'm saying.
Let's see. Sally, evening lovelies. Do you want to take a shot at cracking this emoji message?
Evening lovelies. That's pretty self-explanatory. And I see a black flag, which means she might have been listening to some punk earlier. And then we have a lion. Or is that a bear? That's a lion. A rose, lion rose, soccer ball, earth, cup.
Right. World Cup is on right now, and Scotland is playing Morocco. I only know this because I have a bet on it. I'm not going to get Sally mad to say who I have a bet on, but
Scotland.
No, they're big underdogs. USA won today, though, so two parts of my parlay are good.
Go USA as I drink my American Dew.
Yeah.
Y'all don't ain't got British Dew, do you?
No.
No, you don't. Or Scottish Dew, or Irish Dew.
Zendar. What up, bud?
Zendar, buddy. Welcome in.
Scott Edwards, congrats on 400 shows.
Scott.
Oh no, what did he say? Francois Truffaut made a movie called 400 Blows. Coincidence. Comment of the night so far.
I think I've seen the porno version of that movie.
Oh man. Luna's never going to come on now. Mr. Ashley, what's up? Nice and early, cold morning down here in Australia. Let's see the Aussie representation get behind the boys today. Yes.
Thanks, Ash.
And MK, GV, Governor, longtime lurker, first time commenter. Congrats on 400. Well, don't be a lurker. This is a safe space, sir.
Thank you.
Or ma'am.
MK Governor.
Owen Smith, what up? All right, now get the David Ferry.
Owen!
And if you're driving, this is your spoiler alert.
Yes, here it comes. Oh, no pun intended. The double B, Brandon, showing up.
What up, what
Love
up?
you all. May God bless you and your family. Thank you, Brandon. Golly, man, you always bring the heat. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Thank you. For sure. Mr. James Smith says some podcasters have greatness thrust upon them. P400.
Or into them. You never know. Thank you, James. I think that happened last time I hung out with Alan Dale. Oh.
And again.
Oh, you, Alan. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Brandon. Who got him, Joe?
Do not comply. 81.
Never.
Dee Robert, John, bunch of numbers. Dave Sparks got one.
Well, Dave, you're welcome.
And 1,000 Winston Smith. So congrats, guys, and you'll have access to a bunch of other shows.
I think I smoked 1,000 Winstons in 1989, but that's between me and God.
Yes, you'll have to answer for it at the gates.
Yes.
And Toops coming in.
Toopsy! Oh! Oh, man, Toopsy, thanks you. Thank you.
With a $15 Aussie super chat.
Shit, that's worth like 30 American dollars.
These days, yeah.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you, Toots. Muchly appreciated.
Thank you.
Mike the Library Man is in the house. What up? What up?
Mike.
And wow, get it ready again.
Oh, shit. James.
The $20
Man.
US super chat.
I'm
Thank
feeling
you.
the love tonight, Joe. I'm feeling the love tonight. Appreciate it.
As well you should.
It's been a long, bumpy road to get here. But we're here. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And Mike. Oh, my David Ferry button's broke. Oh. Oh, there it is. Good Lord. Thank you, Mike. We are rolling on the floor laughing as well, sir.
Yeah. No, we Fiddle Folk. Congrats on 400 from Fiddle Fuck.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Where is Fiddle Fuck on the map, do you think, Rob?
Got to be Ireland. Or Georgia. One of the two.
Robert Fuelyard.
Mr. Foolyard. Welcome in, sir.
And let me see if I can get this. You look Kadula. Luga.
You totally fucked that up.
Well, I got the first half right, then I corrected the last part.
You licky deluga.
You licky deluga.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, so.
This is like a Jerry Lewis telethon. Yes, it is. And we are the beneficiaries. And no, we are not politically correct around here, but
No.
that's to be expected. If you've been watching the show long enough, you know we're not anything if not politically incorrect.
And Rob, before we start, we had a near tragedy.
Hold on, man.
I know we had a near tragedy yesterday. Oh no! Oh wait, hold on.
What is going on?
A fancy drink toast to you from Mr. Scott Edwards.
Oh, Scott. Hello, Scott. Hello,
Thank
Scott.
you.
You missed one there.
Derek Schwinderman. Right, I went right to the super chat. Congrats on the 400. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Derek. Near tragedy. You might notice I am
Hold on,
wearing.
man. Hold the fuck on.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
You keep missing her. And she needs to get David buried. Thank you, Sally. Thank you.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, Sally. I love
British pounds.
you. Those are definitely worth more than American dollars these days.
Yes, they are. Thank you, Sally. And
Thank
thank
you.
you, Toopsie.
Sorry, there's been
Another one?
there's been so many.
Is this another one from Toops? I don't know. We'll see.
No, I believe. Oh, actually, that might be.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Tubes.
Waiting for your guys' documentary, The Book of Martins. We keep adding chapters, let me tell you.
Yeah, we did find another one last week, right?
We did.
Yeah.
And then this for Scott because he did not get David ferried. There you go, sir.
And everyone deserves to get David ferried.
There's enough jizz to go around all night long, baby. All right, Joe. What's the tragedy?
All right. Well,
I see. Hold on. Hang on. I don't get to use this one very much.
okay.
We almost had to do this tonight. Take two. We almost had to do this tonight. in memoriam of Ruby.
Yes.
But please.
I'm wearing my free Ruby jersey because she is right next to me tonight because she was attacked yesterday on a walk, half a block from our apartment, and by two unleashed German Shepherds. Now, Erica usually does the midday walk, so I was not there. I would have gone nuts on these dogs and started kicking and punching them. But she apparently escaped her leash. She got scratched up, punctured, and ran into the street under a car. Now, thank God the light was red, so the car was not moving. The cop showed up, witnesses, police reports, taking her to the vet.
Two German Shepherds were arrested and promptly taken to prison.
No, the cops said they're looking for the suspects.
They put out a bolo for two roughneck-looking German Shepherds.
Be on the lookout, yeah.
Stamford, Connecticut.
Oh my God. And just I get this frantic call because Erica's all freaked out too. And I don't know, $500 of vet bills later, rabies shots, anti-inflammatory medicine later. And then they put one of those stupid cones over her face. But I was like, I'm not going to let her sit like that. So she is in the bed next to me with half her butt shaved to clean out the puncture wounds. But good thing good thing for the dogs, the other two, I wasn't there. Because your boy would have
They would have ripped your nuts off, Joe, and fed them to you.
Bro, your boy, a.k.a. Joey Scars, ain't scared of another scar or two. You know I would have came and protected
This is from the shark. This is from two German Shepherds. Get well, Ruby fun starter. Toopsie.
Oh, man.
Eat, baby. Woo. Now you can shave Ruby's other ass cheek.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Tubes. See that Tubes. That's very nice.
That is mighty, mighty sweet of you, sir.
Double B, I think, is heading out temporarily for the night. I'm sure he'll be on the replay crew. Peace be with you too, sir. Thank you for the super chat and the memberships.
And you too as well.
Yeah.
Or whatever they say, right?
Code of shame. I can't. I just can't do that thing. T-Biz in the house. What up, what up? And, all right. We are caught up, I believe.
We're all caught up.
All right. So sorry for that long intro, but let's get to the research, sir.
Yeah, let's learn something, shall we?
Yes.
I mean, that's what we're here for, right? I mean, I love this. I love the accolades, but enough is enough. We love you. It makes me feel weird and awkward, and that's okay. Because I'm Gen X and I can take it.
Here we go.
All right, let me get off my soapbox and let's get into a little bit of Danny Arce, hence the name of the podcast, 40 Arces and a Mule. Hopefully y'all got the title funniness there, 40 acres and a mule, it being Juneteenth, and oh, never mind. Hopefully some of you got it. If not, you should know my humor by now.
What's up, Trey?
Louisiana, USA. Is this the real Trey Hammeter?
Better be from Shreveport.
Shreveport. All right, I'm gonna let me share my screen here, Joe, real quick.
Okay.
And before I do, so a couple things about Danny Arce, because I think we got in, we touched a little bit on him in members only show, and I started looking more into him after the show, and I was like, this is interesting. Now, of course, the theory is, I mean, to me, it seems a little odd, okay, that here at the Book Depository, Joe, you have one Latin American male working.
Can I start poking you? How about Joe Molina? Not on the floor crew. But were some of the powers that be, the FBI, not interested in him as well compared to Arce?
Was he Latino?
I believe he was. I'm going to double check that as you go.
I think he was suspected of being a commie, but I don't know. I don't know if he was Latino. But we digress.
Yes.
And we looked at some pictures of some people from Interpen. There just happened to be a guy named Remigio Cuckoo Arce that was part of Interpen, part of the Bay of Pigs invasion. And sitting here, we're looking at all this stuff, and I'm like, man, this is wild. So we read a couple statements from Danny Garcia Arce concerning, where he was standing that day, what he did that day, and all of that. We went through his Warren Commission testimony and his first day affidavits. We didn't quite get to this one, though, Joe. And this would be his FBI statement of March 18th, 1964.
Right.
So let's take a look at it here. Oh my God.
And yeah, guys, I mean, when you do live potting, you can't plan for these things. You got to troubleshoot in real time, so we apologize, but that's why we are really the only live JFK podcast out there, because we
frequently fail.
Yeah. but we frequently succeed.
But it's worth the fail. We try to make it worth the fail. You know, it kind of offsets the fail. All the great knowledge and logic and you know observations that you receive here on a weekly basis. All right, let's try this one more time, Joe.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. When last we left you, Danny Arce was assisting an elderly man to the pissoir. I think. Did we get that far?
No, you were just starting to read the FBI document when you went
Okay.
out. And by the way, Joe R. Rodriguez Molina was Mexican American.
Uh-huh. But he didn't look it.
No.
He looked white. Right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. All right. Let's try this again. Okay. So, on the morning of 11/22/63, about 45 minutes before the arrival of the president's motorcade, I met an elderly white man at the entrance of the building who asked me to direct him to a restroom, please.
Hey there, Sonny. You know a place an old man could piss around here? My kidneys ain't what they used to be.
So I helped this man up the steps of the depository building and showed him a public restroom. The man was very old and very feeble and could hardly make it up the steps. About 5 minutes later, I saw this man leave the building and enter an old Buick automobile with 3 elderly white women. Dude's a player. He's got 3 chicks. The Buick then drove north on the service street in front of the schoolbook depository, made a right turn on Elm Street, and drove west through the underpass. I would describe this man as a white man, approximately 80 years old, white hair, wearing a brown suit, light-colored Western-style hat. He had a thin build and was about 5'9" in height. I never seen this man before 11/22, and I never seen him since.
Dulles himself.
After the president was shot, he says, I entered the schoolbook depository building and were questioned by some police officers. At about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I was told to go to the Dallas police station for an interview by the police. I left the building at that time and did not return until the following day. I have read the above statement consisting of 3 pages, and it is true and correct as to the best of my knowledge. Now, for those of you not familiar with Mr. Danny Arce, this be him, right? Young, Latino-looking male.
Right. Young 20s, I believe.
Yes. Allegedly. Allegedly. Joe.
Allegedly. You never know.
Look at those evil eyes, Joe.
They do look kind of evil.
There's something evil about those eyes, Joe.
He's serious, I'll say that.
It's the look of a murderer, Joe. No, I'm kidding, folks. Yeah, that's Danny Arce. Now, I have this picture here, and I've lifted some of these images from prairieman.com and tangodown63.com that we're going to be looking at here.
Okay.
Now, again, this looks like, from this angle, this is part of the Alchin 6, but it's cropped. And what it looks like is that Danny Garcia is way the hell over in front of the Daltex building, right? But he's actually not. He's actually on the corner of Elm and Houston, right? On the corner of the service road. I mean, like right across the street from the service road. He's not like on the sidewalk in front of the depository. Because remember, right in front of the depository, there is a service road that you must cross. And then there's another sidewalk and then Elm Street. And he is right at the corner of Elm Street,
Right.
Houston. He is not across the street of Houston in front of the Dowtex, which I always thought that he was, but he was not. So, again, this kind of looks like him. He's got the black coat, the hair, the beady eyes, the evil eyes, right?
The mean mug. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can see a lot of scaffoozery going on. You see them three Latino ladies hanging out the window up there.
Right. Which is the Daltex building, right?
Yeah,
That's across the street, right?
Yeah, it looks like there's a scafooza sitting up here on the fire escape. I
Yeah.
see what looks like to be a hand hanging down here. Maybe wearing a dark suit.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an interesting photo. And it looks like, and this is the white car right here is actually the car that LBJ's in. And it looks like, to me, that the rear door is open. Doesn't it?
It does. Well, yeah.
And it looks like somebody's like holding a gas mask or a head or pig's head or something out the window. I mean, what the hell's this?
That it looks like, unless it's a like photo illusion, it does look like that. Especially when you look at the door on the super right side, you would think if that was fully closed,
It wouldn't be like that. The bottom, what do they call it? The chrome strip along the bottom of the door would be all one connecting line.
That's a good observation too. It is not connected. It is like it is open.
And you can see like the frame of the window, which you would not see if the door was closed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what is that?
I don't know.
I mean, the arrow says that this was Ocus Campbell, O.V. Campbell, who was the superintendent of the school book depository.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, maybe he's just waving. Somebody's waving out the window or the door, and this is just part of his face back here. I don't know. It's very odd to me. Or maybe this is an illusion. Okay, I see an arm coming up here, and I see fingers. See that?
Yeah.
See the arm going up, and now it looks like somebody has their arm in like a puppet head, but no, if you can actually see the fingers. And then a face behind it. So it is kind of like an illusion, but I swear that damn door looks like it's open to me.
It does to me too.
And that frame of that door, you wouldn't be able to see that unless it was open. So that's weird, but maybe not. I mean, they weren't going that fast, but still a little strange.
Maybe LBJ had to open the door to puke or something.
Maybe he's got a good whiff of Ladybird. Walking through the car. All right. This is also allegedly from a different angle, and you can supposedly see Arce where the red arrow is pointing. There has been some cut and pasting going on here. I don't know what the hell is going on here, but allegedly, that is Danny Garcia Arce behind what I like to call the Mexican cowboy right here, with the hat and the matching suit and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, that's him. Allegedly, and from the Alton's view, of course, Alton's is way back over this way, looking back, right? So, but I don't know. This might be a sus identification of Danny Garcia.
Yeah, extremely hard to tell.
Yeah, very hard to tell. That's a little sus to me, Bart. Okay. Now, here is a little aftermath of the assassination photo. And allegedly, this guy with the bald spot here is
Love Lady.
And right at the bottom, though, we got the Danny Arce pompadour. Okay. So it's not like he is uninterested in what is happening here, Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he seems to be moving from one corner of Elma Houston back towards a little bit towards the knoll, if that past picture you showed is accurate. And now he's taking an interest of what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, which isn't on its feet suspicious,
No,
but
it's odd. I mean, that's definitely his head and hair.
mm-hmm.
Now, this figure right here to the left has always intrigued me.
What is that?
I don't know, but it's definitely got an Oswald hairline in the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It just seems odd to me. You know that nobody ever captured Oswald on film leaving the depository that day
correct.
or doing anything. You know, like I don't know. Could that be him with his ugly ass shirt on? I don't know. I'm
It
just trying
could
to
be.
figure it out here.
What's this black blob in between that kind of looks like a ghost? Is that also an optical illusion in between Oswald and the railway thing?
Black blob.
Yeah, what you have what you just had it on to the right of Oswald, to the right of Oswald.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think it's a cop. They got them real dark black uniforms on or whatever. Because you can see this is the arm coming over and a hand holding something. Looks like a frazzle drip mask or something. I don't know what that is.
The possible Oswald figure could, in theory, be Buell as well. It kind of looks like tall, lanky Buell.
Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah. That's Jack Ruby right there. He's on the steps of the depository. No, he's not. But I'm sure somebody's thinking that.
I'm sure someone is.
All right, here's a little bit of a clearer picture of Mr. Arce in the Altgen's crop. Now, Joe, does it look like to me like he might have a communications device up to his lips?
Yeah. I mean, unless he has like the longest, skinniest finger I've ever seen in proportion to someone.
Oh, they bet the finger you with. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but you can see the square under it, right? Under that.
Yeah, it's not the antenna from the car because you can see the car antenna right to the left of Arce going straight up in the air, right?
Yeah.
Right, this big white stick right here. That's the antenna. And as far as I know, nothing comes off the side of a car door that looks like this. You know, not a mirror. You know, the mirror would be much lower.
Is that a cop car?
No, it was the white car we were just looking at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then unless they're like holding something out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. It just looked to me like he could be talking into like a little
I would have rolled it out
or something, you know.
a
radio.
Yeah. Which would be interesting if he's possibly talking to dark complected man, aka Felipe Vidal Santiago, with his own walkie-talkie, and you think about the other Arce, Cuckoo, being an inner pen. Not the craziest theory I've ever heard. Huh?
No, not the craziest.
No.
Oh, shit. Okay. Now, this next one doesn't really have anything to do with Danny Arce, except the cover page said that it did, but it was a very long list of suspects for the HSCA for Patrick Carpentier. And I don't know what all this means, right? But these are like people that they wanted to talk to, people they wanted to contact for the HSCA. Now, what jumped out at me, Joe, is William Shelley is at the top here. And he is the only person on this list that has an FBI number beside his name. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Let me just analyze it for a second. Yeah, the 302 number, correct, which is the FBI.
It's not a 302 number. It says 852-3546.
But how about before that? 302, 16.
Where do you see 302?
Oh, Social Security number. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
right? Sims
Yeah.
was the DPD. He didn't have one. L.C. Smith, the sheriff. Stovall's DPD. He didn't have one. Studebaker, DPD. Roy Truly doesn't have one, right? Another
Right.
DPD guy. Buddy Walters. This guy's the vice president of Klein Sporting Goods. He don't have one. I mean, Bill Shelley's the only one with a freaking FBI number. And there was multiple sheets of this that I'm not showing, but we're on this is number 49. And I have, it's like 100-person list, and nobody else had an FBI number besides their name. Weird.
Yeah. And just because I got confused, the 302 is kind of like a 201 file for the CIA, but with the FBI.
Yeah, he just so happens that his social security number starts with 302.
Yes.
Oh, look, a squirrel. All right. I came across this document here, Joe, from December 30th, 1963. And this is a CIA document, right? And its subject is recruitment of former members of the rebel army by JOEB. Okay? United States, Miami. A member of a group of Cuban emigres trained in the techniques of information collection. The group has provided useful reports for over 2 years. This info was obtained from Eitan Constanzo Palau, Raul Chivas Rivas, and Lucas Moran Arce. Found another Arce, Joe.
Wow.
Members of the JOEB, a.k.a. Cuban Revolutionary Junta. Okay? Have been in Miami. So we got an Arce, part of JOEB, in Miami, trying to recruit former members of the rebel army for their cause. The men have been offered a training base in Puerto Rico if they join JOEB. Among those visited were Eitan Constanzo Palau, the snitch, Eugenio Martinez Perez Carmignati, and Jesus Gomez Calzadilla, and Juan Jose Maceo Tamayo. Interesting.
Do you think it's Eugenio Martinez of...
I don't know. I don't know his many other names.
Right. But this is really interesting because as we were talking about the Interpen guy named Arce and Danny Arce, we were speculating on this is not a common name, but may very well be a coincidence, right? We don't know. We're trying to find out.
Could be, and that's what we're trying to suss out here, and we're going to get there.
Yeah.
We're going to get a little closer.
But now you add a third Arce to the mix. My sus meter moves a little towards the positive, the affirmative.
When you start finding more than one Arce, that's a problem. That's why I named the show 40 Arces and a Mule. And I came across this document, which I thought was interesting. And it really doesn't have a goddamn thing to do with Danny Arce. But check this out, Joe. Let me put it back up here. So this is an FBI document. And from January 9th, 64. And it's regarding a telephone call from James Malley of the Bureau to Special Agent in Charge Shanklin at Dallas. And this is a memo, an airtel to Hoover, J. Edgar Hoover, director of the FBI.
J. Edgar Hoover.
Assistant Chief of Police Charles Batchelor, who would later go on to be the Chief of Police in Dallas. This date advised Vincent Drain, Special Agent Drain, that Inspector Sawyer of the Dallas PD was one of the first officers to arrive at the scene of the school book depository building at 411 Elm Street. An unidentified individual told Inspector Sawyer that he had seen an individual run from the school book depository building shortly after the shooting of President Kennedy, and that this individual was an unknown white male, approximately 30, slender build, 5'10", 165. We've all heard that description before, right, Joe?
Yes, we have.
But the second part we haven't heard. Carrying what looked to be a 30-30 or some type of Winchester rifle. Okay, so we got the generic description that they put out, right? Allegedly from Brennan, but Sawyer is saying that no, somebody saw somebody leaving the building with a rifle, and this is what they look like, which is something totally different than what we've all been told before, right? Inspector Sawyer then contacted Sergeant Hensley, a dispatcher, and this description was broadcast to all Dallas squad cars. So they're telling you right there that the description they attributed to Brennan is not the one that they used to send out. It came from this.
Which is interesting because you would think, Sawyer, an inspector, member of the DPD, would be a much better witness than some random dude standing on the street.
Yeah. Sawyer did not get the individual's name, shocker, who furnished this information. And from affidavits taken subsequently of individuals who were near the scene at the time of the shooting, no ID has been made of the source of this information. So again, you gotta, now granted, it's a game of telephone here. We got Charles Batchelor telling Drain that Sawyer, right, had seen this, and somebody told Sawyer this. So they told, whatever. But I just thought that was interesting. Never heard that before.
Yeah. I just quickly searched Sawyer in the DPD Texas portal history. He apparently was also in the basement. Let me just make sure before I say this. Yep, he was also in the basement on November 24th, 63, standing on the flat part of the ramp near the right front fender of the car, driven by Detective Doherty. I did not know Jack Ruby. I did not see him in the basement, blah, blah, blah. I did not see the shooting, although I did hear the shot. Inspector Sawyer. So, again, people that are kind of in the right places at the right times type of thing. I don't see a same-day affidavit for him yet. But very interesting. Thank you, sir.
Si, senor.
Si, sir.
All right, let's go back. Now, the reason I'm showing everybody this is a still from the Hughes film that appeared in Life magazine in 1967. And if we zoom, and a zoom, you can see vaguely here Jackie's pink jacket and her pink hat. So this is the president's limousine turning the corner onto Elm. Okay. You got the follow-up car right behind him, the Queen Mary. So Danny Arce would have probably been standing somewhere in front of the depository here. Because in his statements, he said he was west across the street. Right? So he's actually facing the depository.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because you're looking down Houston as they make the left onto Elm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're just looking at this from a different angle.
We can't pick Arce out of this blurry ass crowd, that's for sure. But you can kind of see the doorway. You can see Billy Lovelady's red plaid shirt, right?
Yeah.
You can see Fraser's big stupid ass in the middle. And look at that fucking car, Joe. The door is open. Look over here.
Yeah, I think someone said that the door was open on Houston. Someone in the comments said that. So why it would be, I have no idea, but who knows?
Yeah, weird.
All
right, let's check out another crop of this. Now the reason I'm showing everybody this because it does show, right before the shots. I mean, this is the school book depository, and this is about the clearest image you're going to get of it. That hasn't been doctored in some kind of way other than these circles and arrows and writing, but you get the point. So you have the three windows, right? Allegedly, Harold Norman is right under the Oswald window, right? And then Bonnie Ray Williams is in the window next to him. And then Junior Jarman is over here on the second set of windows where the one is open. And then allegedly Oswald is right above him shooting. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this comes from Greg Wagner from Tango Down 1963. And there's a reason. The statements by Brennan, Jarman, Norman, Williams, and Doherty are an absolute mess. I would agree. One of those guys has Kennedy standing up in the limo as it passes the TSBD. One has Danny Arce coming up to the 5th floor with him to watch the motorcade.
Wow.
What?
What?
Brennan was not where he said he was and could not have seen what he said he saw. Doherty did not see Jarman, Norman, or Williams on the 5th floor, and they did not see him. Their description of the shots being fired from the floor above does not ring true to me. Rifle shots a few feet above their heads would have been loud as shit. And I've said, the Carcano is a very loud weapon when it is fired. You would know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Trust me, you'd know. None of this makes any sense unless there's something about the 5th floor that they're all dancing around, Joe. Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No, Claude, Otis Campbell was not in the motorcade. He was just right behind the car that we talked about the open door. One of those earlier pictures.
Yeah, he was standing across the way with Roy Truly. Mm-hmm. And apparently Danny Arce.
Yes, and Uncle Dave noticed the open window on the 6th floor on the west side of the building. I did notice that, sir.
Yeah, there are witnesses who said they saw a person up there on that side of the building.
Correct.
About 10 minutes before the assassination.
Dan rather say Kennedy stood up?
No, he said that he fell forward at the time of the shots and not back.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Here we have a GIF. And this is taken from the 6th floor museum, best known copy of the NBC Darnell film, or the Wigman. I think it's the Darnell though.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, this is the best copy that we have. And if we really zoom in here.
Of Mr. Prayerman.
Mrs. Prayer Woman.
Prayer Woman.
I mean, what do you think? Some comments, where I saw this posted, were commenting about the low neckline of what appears to be a dress.
Uh-huh.
And the, her bare arms here. And it almost looks like she's either holding a camera or like a cup of tea or coffee or something.
Something maybe that's reflecting in some way.
Yeah.
I will say, it does look a little thick to be Oswald, but again, that's not a great.
Now, you see Fraser's big dumbass standing up here right in the middle, right? You can't miss it.
No.
All right, now there's somebody behind him, kind of. Appears to be a white dude with his arms behind his back and his chest out, watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look behind him. There's somebody going into the glass doors.
Through the vestibule, yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
The turn, whatever you call it, the turn thingamajig.
Well, it's called a door.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought it was like one of those turn things.
No, it ain't a fucking bank, Joe.
Okay.
It's just a normal door.
Okay. So that would be meaning it's closing. It looks like.
Either it looks like somebody's walking into the building.
Right. And the door is
Back of
closing.
their head.
Door is closing
Well, it's
behind.
either opening or closing. We really can't tell. But you definitely see the door moving. You definitely see what appears to be the back of someone's head going into the building. If they were coming out, we would see like a face, but it's very shadowy back there.
Yes.
I thought that was interesting, so I'd share. Was there a reason that I included this picture? Maybe not. Maybe so. Maybe not. Maybe so. Maybe not. I don't think so. I don't know. All right, we'll skip that one. All right, here is the Darnell film. All right, so this is a 6th floor museum copy downloaded directly from their site. All right, and that's what the GIF was taken from that you saw right before me, right?
Right.
So here's the Mexican cowboy in his little hat, right, and his little suit.
Is
Here,
who does seem to be looking up, right?
yeah. You see his head tilted back, kind of. And if we hang on, let me bring this back a little bit to the beginning, and so I can control it a little better. So we're turning the news people are turning the corner here onto Elm, right? And you can see, look right here, right under this arrow pointing up sign, and you're going to see the top of a motorcycle helmet, and a Dallas police officer is going to be heading to the right towards the building. Watch this. See him
Yeah.
running across the street towards the door. Now he's here.
Is that Marion Baker?
Yeah, allegedly that's Marion Baker. Now I'm gonna show you guys this entire movie, right? Because there's other parts of this that I hadn't really paid much attention to, but it's interesting as we go on down the street. So again, this is like the best version we're probably ever going to get. Here we go. All right, so they come back. See, they're looking back. This is like across the street, all these. Tina Towner was standing, and allegedly Howard Brennan was sitting on one of these pedestals.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but let's keep going. It's a little shaky, but it straightens out here. Now look. Oh shit! Hold on. All right, so that's Officer Joe Smith that was on the left side there, the left side of Elm Street,
Mm-hmm.
aka Barney Fife. All right, here we go. I think something's going on over there. Let me go check it out. All right, now watch Bill Newman. So by this time, the Newmans are up. They're not laying on the ground anymore. They're getting up.
Correct.
So watch what Bill Newman does. Watch him close. Did you see that?
He's hitting the ground
Yeah, he's pounding his fist into the ground.
because he saw what happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here we have all this confusery heading up to the overpass.
Yeah. You have the railroad workers not moving an inch yet.
Well, there's the grassy old fence. Now let me back this up and show you something that we all missed. Hang on.
Did we miss the Arce?
No, I want you to be on the lookout for dark complected man and umbrella man. Okay.
Okay.
Let me pause it there. They're already sitting together on the curb.
Oh yes, that would be behind the front back right car that you see in the picture right above the back right bumper.
Yes.
Yes, right.
AK where my arrow is.
AK where your arrow.
I thought that was interesting.
For the audio only crowd.
Yeah, yeah. There's a little bit of a pause of them
Yeah.
right there.
No urgency whatsoever.
No, well, let's just sit. Let's just sit here. Let's just take a seat. Oh, I think that showed him for a split second. Man, that's too quick. I can't catch it.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
And they are gone by this point.
Who?
Well, dark complected man and umbrella man were sitting at the right of that telephone pole as Doug and I nicely sat in that exact area and posed.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we do have receipts for that, but yeah, interesting stuff there, man.
I'm not done yet. There's more, but wait.
I didn't think you were.
So, during the Garrison investigation, they sent in an investigator. I think it might have been, I think it was Alcock. They sent him to Dallas, and he tracked down Danny Arce. So let's hear what he has to say about Danny Arce. Ready?
I'm ready.
Oh. Shit.
Memo. Interview with
Son of a bitch. That was what was playing at the beginning of the show, Joe.
I need to start it from the beginning.
Here we go.
Memo. Interview with Danny Garcia, Garcia, Arce, Arce, address 2216 North Fitzhugh, Fitzhugh, telephone number 824-0179. Danny Arce was, in FBI jargon, telephonically contacted on the evening of August 8th and informed that members of the DA's office were interested in preparing the trial of Clay Shaw. Arce stated that he was prepared and quite willing to testify in such a trial, and asked at the outset if we had contacted any other members of the Texas School Book Depository. He had worked at the School Book Depository, but now no longer works there. I asked him if he had anybody in mind, and he suggested Bonnie Ray Williams, who observed the motorcade from the 5th floor. Arce stated, as he had already told the Warren Commission, that he heard 3 shots, that they all sounded the same, and that they sounded as though they had come from the railroad tracks to the west of the book depository.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, he was standing in front of the book depository on the grassy strip in between Elm Street and the service road in front of the book depository. Mr. Arce stated that his only reservation about the trial was that he was now married and that he would have to see his wife, and that he couldn't afford to come to New Orleans, but we reassured him that he wouldn't be involved in any expense, and after that he seemed to be quite willing and perhaps even enthusiastic about testifying. And although what he has to say is not particularly sensational, and several other witnesses have said exactly the same thing, namely Shelley, Lovelady, Truly, and several others who are standing in exactly the same position as him. Nevertheless, he seems as though he would be a worthwhile witness. Mr. Arce ran in the direction of the railroad tracks after the shooting. End of memo.
End of memo, Joe. Now, it would have been much better if he had actually recorded the actual interview with Danny Arce instead of just relaying his conversation with Danny Arce.
Right.
Well, what I found interesting about this, Joe, if you'll indulge me for 1 second here, when they read his address, okay, when that guy just read his address or said his address,
Fitzhugh or something,
yeah, it sparked a aha moment, right?
Oh, really?
It did, because our buddy Jack here sent us this snippet from a 1969 Dallas phone book. And right here, you have Daniel G. and Sylvia A. And it lists his job title as inspector at Dallas Air Motive. And his address is H2216 North Fitzhugh Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely the same Danny Arce. Okay.
I would have to agree. Yeah.
I wonder if he married Sylvia Odio.
What was Sylvia's middle initial?
A.
Really?
I don't know. I'm guessing.
It'd
It'd be a much better story if it was.
it'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Right.
Dazed and confused reference there.
That's right.
That didn't go over my head, but that is interesting. I would definitely.
But now, check this out, Joe. You're going to love this.
Okay. I'm already loving it.
When Big Bad Bob goes deep, he goes deep. If you know what I'm saying. So.
Sylvia Odio Arce.
What is Dallas Air Motive, you might be asking yourself? Well,
I did actually ask myself in my head, what the hell is that?
I'll tell you.
Oh,
It's a company that is still in business to this day. They've since changed their name to Standard Aero. Okay? They deal with airplane parts. Okay? Engines, airframes, avionics. Let's click on the About Us tab and see what it says.
Government contracts, maybe?
It's been around since 1911, just 8 years after the Wright brothers' historic flight at Kitty Hawk. Founded by Charles Pierce and Bickle in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. The company known as Standard Machine Works, blah, 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 blah. Mid-20s. All right, let's get up to the 60s here. By 1949, the company incorporated as Standard Aero and expanded its facilities and capabilities, sharpening its expertise in civilian and military aircraft engines. By 1960, SAE began overhauling turbine engines, investing heavily in tooling and training. They also partnered with Trans-Canada Airlines to use one of the airline's engine test cells. Over the next 6 decades, the company grew steadily through strategic acquisitions, such as Dallas Air Motive, new program wins, and expanded services. Standard Aero earned recognition as one of the aerospace industry's leading independent maintenance, repair, and overhaul providers. And then it goes into what they do today, their vision, blah, 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 blah. I mean, this is like a swinging dick company now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is a little interesting, if you will, Danny Arce I don't think had any school after 7th grade. I believe there in one of the interviews, I think it was with Warren Commission testimony, he said he said he had only completed up to like 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's working a shit job at the school book depository. Now, what I showed you was from the 1969 phone book, but the Alcock interview or whatever it was is from 1967.
That's what I was going to ask because he didn't say the year, but my guess was 67.
Yeah. So how does Danny Arce go from having a 7th grade education to working a shit dead end job at the book depository to suddenly being an inspector? An inspector at Dallas Air Motive, one of the probably area's biggest overhauler of turbine aircraft engines. What the fuck does he know about turbine engines?
Right. I mean, yeah, you go from what, like an order filler or working in a warehouse to that. That's a big step.
I mean, this is not entry level shit. This is a step above an aircraft engine mechanic. This is the guy who comes back when the mechanic is done, Joe, to inspect his work to make sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted and everything is done correctly, because these are flying aircraft. Okay, everything has to be done right and perfectly. There is no maybes, there's no second chances. So they have people that come by and inspect the mechanic's work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, Rob. He quit school, according to his Warren Commission testimony, found a job and worked as a cook, short order cook and busboy, and just odd jobs at, ironically, Rubenstein Place, Rubenstein and Sons.
Right.
An oyster place. So, quite the career trajectory there.
So how do you go from Scafusa to aircraft engine inspector in 4 years? I don't know.
Either you had a connected uncle or something, or you got really lucky, or you maybe did some favors to warrant that type of reward.
Quite possible. All right. You ready for this one? I got 2 more revelations real quick.
All right.
All right. Hold on to your seats, folks.
Hold on to your butts. That is a Jurassic Park reference.
All right, Joe. Here we have an obituary. Now, this is from Roselle, Illinois, a funeral home. Okay, from what year is this? I don't know, but I think it's 2020. Oh no, 2005. Okay, so Daniel Gilberto Roca Arce. Now, this is not Daniel Garcia Arce's obituary, okay? But it is Daniel Gilberto Policarpo Lopez Roca, DRE surname,
Yeah, I was just about
Arce,
to say that.
passes away in 2005 in Mexico of cancer. A former resident of Wheeling, Illinois, beloved husband of Emilia Nay Garcia, that means born Garcia, devoted father of Sylvia Perez. It happens to be his wife's name, Sylvia. Okay, we keep on going down the deals. And Martin Roca, okay, grandfather of grandfather of Halid Theory. Why is this jumping around? All right, I'm not going to move my thing. Okay, grandfather of Halid Theory, Valerie, Danny, Renee, Daniel, and Maria Jose Roca. So is this Daniel Arce's grandfather? Maybe. But if it is, he's got some Roca in him,
Which would be a problem.
which would be a problem. Okay? So I found that, which is interesting as hell, right? And ties to Chicago. Okay? A la Jack Rubin. And he worked at Rubenstein's. I mean, come on, people. Follow me here. All right, I got one more. Uno más. All right. Oh, shit. I guess I got to do that first. Now, I did find something very interesting. And this is legit. The other one is a fantasy, allegedly. But it could be. Could be his grandfather. We don't know. But this one is much closer. Much, much closer. So let's zero in here. It finally finds something about the fate of Daniel Garcia Arce. Okay, Joe, you ready?
Give it to me.
All right. Benjamin Arce Jr. Look at this motherfucker's picture. He's a pimp, right?
Let me enlarge my screen here. Yeah, he looks like an OG.
He is an original gangster with the gold chain. He's got that poncho mustache going on, right? Well, say hello, everybody, to Danny Arce's brother, Benjamin. He passed away from this life on September 15th, 2015 at the age of 73. He was born in August 1942 in Dallas, Texas, to Benjamin Arce Sr. and Anita Garcia Arce. Shocker, he worked at Landscape Systems of Texas for 28 years. And he loved being outdoors, having backyard barbecues, spending time with family and friends. And he loved coming to Oklahoma to look for Bigfoot, Joe. He never saw him, but knows that he heard him once.
I respect that.
This motherfucker is a Bigfoot hunter. All right? He was also a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. Ben is preceded in death by his parents, his brother Daniel, and two sisters named Rosemary and Linda. So by 2015, our Danny Arce, School Book Depository Arce, is dead. He died before Benjamin Arce Jr. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So at least we know that Daniel Arce passed before 2015. Now, I looked high, low, in the bushes, behind doors, in the cracks for any obituary of Daniel Garcia Arce, and there is not one out there. There's no find a grave. There's no obituary. There's no nothing. So you see here, now he leaves behind a loving family. I mean, and this guy was a prolific seed shooter. Okay, he leaves behind his wife Shirley Ann, sons. All right, get your fingers out, Joe, and start counting. Okay, sons: Silas, Leon of the home, Benjamin the third. Okay, Arthur, Steve, Raymond, and Eddie. Raquel. How many is that?
I lost count.
Okay, that was all of his kids. He also had 19 grandchildren and 11 great-grandchildren, as well as his brothers and sisters, Joe, Diane, Elizabeth, Sylvia, and Anita Garcia, all of Dallas and their families. So the Arces were prolific, were prolific progenitors of the human race. Giant families.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be buried in Antlers, Oklahoma, near where he heard Bigfoot at the Burkhart Funeral Service Home. God bless his soul. So what do you think, Joe, about that?
Um, as you were kind of reading that, I was on Chat GPT and asked, I'm sure you probably went through these hoops already, asked, when did Danny Garcia Arce die? And there is no any reliable published source that documents his day of death.
There's not. There is literally nothing out there.
I mean, I could search on ancestry, and
Incest.
I think I'm going to do that. I know, thanks. I'll spit it out. I think I'm going to do it. You're going to have to go through a lot of these family lines that we just talked about, and some of the Arces that you brought up, and his brother. I believe it was his younger brother. I find him to be more and more sus as we continue to talk about him. And someone I've never really considered sus.
Right.
Someone I'd like maybe pass through my spidey senses a little bit. And I think there might be more to the story. I don't know if this name was an alias or not. Remember when we were looking at his history, like, what was it on Members Only? He only started working in the beginning of September at the TSPD.
Yes.
Whereas someone like Joe Molina, who was also Hispanic, had worked there since 1947.
But he worked for a publishing company. He didn't actually work for the school book depository, did he?
I'm not 100% sure. But he was in the building for a long time. He wasn't new.
Well, everybody was new to the building. That building.
Right. And we know Arce worked at initially the other building, right, where Mule parked.
Yeah, many people did, because the Elm Street School Book Depository, as we know and love it today, was actually not purchased and used until the summer of 1963. All right. Before that, they were in the Dow Tex building and the other, what they called the State Warehouse, the other building where Bill Frazier parked.
Which is kind of like across the street-ish from there.
It's behind it.
Behind it.
Further away from the sixth, where the sixth floor museum is. But that building on Elm Street that's why they were replacing the floors, because the floors were still fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
They had spent the spring and summer redoing a couple, like the second and the fourth floor, I think, where the main offices were going to be for the publishing company.
Yeah, and the ladies, yeah.
And the parts that were going to remain warehouse parts. I guess they were trying to streamline their operations a little bit. They were piecemealing it. In an interview with I think it was Bonnie Ray Williams, he said that basically they were trying to keep the guys busy because they didn't have anything to do, which makes no sense. Why are you going to hire all these bodies in September and October? You're going to lay people off in August, but you're going to hire a bunch of people in September and October, including Frazier, including Bonnie Ray, including Oswald, including Arce, and God knows who else, right? And you're not busy.
Yeah.
Remember, school normally starts after Labor Day, right? All the kids need to have their textbooks by then, okay? So what the fuck are you doing in September and October? The school year just started. The kids got their books. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, to play devil's advocate, you could either be, improving the floors and the different places where you store books, but it is odd that they hired so many people in September and October, yet laid off a few in August. And you also can't disregard the fact that it just wasn't a smooth running business operation, right? Like you think of like The Office, like the TV show. Like it was just could have just been a mess, but it is a little weird.
Yeah, it is. It's a whole lot of weird. A whole lot of freaking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. So this is from Bonnie Ray Williams. Let's see.
I don't know that Dave. I don't believe so.
No, he was not. So this is from Bonnie Ray, May 26, 64, an FBI interview. Okay. Bonnie Ray Williams, a warehouseman at the school book depository, now resides at whatever. Williams advised that on November 22nd, he left home as usual, 7:20, 7:30. He arrived at the school book depository around 7:50. Began work at 8. And on that date, he was assigned to help put down 5/8 of an inch plywood over the existing floor on the 6th floor of the school book depository building. He stated that in putting down the plywood, it was necessary to move stock as the work progressed. Williams advised that means they had to put boxes against the walls and in front of the windows so they could get to the floor.
Correct.
Okay? It wasn't a sniper's nest that Oswald constructed. It was already there. Okay. Williams advised they stopped working on the 6th floor between 11:30 and 12 for lunch. He said it was at this time that he went down to the 1st floor, Joe, to wash his hands before eating his lunch. He said he picked up his lunch, which was in the domino room,
Mm-hmm.
break room on the 1st floor,
Right.
and
Where all the Negroes ate, if you will.
and returned with his lunch to the 6th floor where he intended to watch the motorcade from. Williams advised that according to his recollection, he took up a position at the 3rd window over from the southeast corner of the school book depository building. He said his lunch consisted of several pieces of fried chicken, some bread, and a package of Fritos. He also said he drank a bottle of Dr. Pepper while he ate his lunch. Williams advised to the best of his recollection that he completed his lunch between 12 and 12:15. He left them bones, some wax paper, and a brown bag on the floor by the window where he consumed his lunch.
Right.
He also said he left his Dr. Pepper bottle sitting on a box in the same location. Okay?
Right.
Now, from where he was sitting on the 6th floor, he heard voices coming from the floor below him. And since there apparently was no one else on the 6th floor, he decided to go down to the 5th floor to view the parade with his other employees. Williams advised that he did not see or hear Lee Harvey Oswald on the 6th floor of the school book depository building at this time, but added that because of the position of the boxes, he would not have been able to see him from his location. Sure.
Yeah, that was added by what was it, Hype Man?
Yeah.
Just put a little reasonable doubt in there. Yeah.
So I don't know about that, but I mean, think about it for a second. All right. So they knock off for lunch at about 11:50. Yeah. He goes downstairs, he gets his lunch out of the domino room, and he goes back up to the 6th floor. So you figure he's getting back up to the 6th floor at about, I'll be nice, say 11:55, 12-ish, right? 10 minutes, right? To go down, get his lunch, and then go back
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Motorcade is also running a few minutes late.
Right. So he's eating what he called a chicken sandwich on the bone. Okay, I don't know how you can eat a sandwich that has a bone in it. You know, you want a boneless, like breast fillet. You know what I mean? Chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
But whatever. I'm not judging. I'm a fan of fried chicken too, Bonnie. You know, I just wouldn't eat a regular chicken breast on bread. Like you're gonna bite into bones and shit. You know, I don't know about that.
Did they have boneless wings back then?
No.
No.
That's
a newer invention.
So he's gonna eat a sandwich like that, okay, which is gonna take a little time to get all the meat away from the bone, you know, at least 5 minutes, right? Then he also has, what else did he have? He had some Fritos, right?
Fritos, yeah.
He had a bag of Fritos. And he drank a Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
So now it's going to take 5 or 10 minutes to eat a bag of Fritos and drink an entire Dr. Pepper, right? Now we're up to 12:10, 12:15. Now, Joe, after you eat all that, what do you need?
A smoke or
Yes. You need a Newport.
am I right?
Yes. And so, you ate your lunch, you're chilling, sitting there smoking your Newport, your nudie, looking down on the street, wondering when the president's coming. But I'm not looking over this way.
Right.
I might see Oswald crouching in the corner over there with a rifle.
Moving boxes.
Yeah. Breathing and shit. Not breathing. Not making a peep for 15 or 20 minutes.
Getting his gun from wherever, if he, had a gun there.
Yeah, who knows?
From wherever it was stored, which might have been at the other diagonal part near the stairwell, if it was, like where it was found, for example.
So it's 12:10, 12:15. You're smoking a cig, chilling. For another 5-10 minutes, smoke a cigarette. Now we're getting close.
Let's say 5.
All right. Okay, now we're up to 12:20, roughly-ish.
Yeah.
Then maybe you hear the dudes downstairs. Hey, who all down there? Hey, Hank, what's up, man?
Come join us.
I'm going to come down. I'm going to come down there. I'm going to come down. Hold on. I ain't throwing my shit away either. I'm just going to leave it here. Fuck it.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to be right back.
Maybe. He was done eating. He was done smoking. He's done drinking. He's just going to leave his trash, not throw the shit in the trash can, which is a Scafuza maneuver. But that's okay. So he's up on the 6th floor, allegedly, until almost 12:20, 12:25, and doesn't see or hear Oswald at all. Doesn't see or hear anybody at all. Right? Then he goes down to the 5th floor. Supposedly, Charles Doherty's on the 5th floor. They don't see him. He don't see them. What's going on here? I don't know.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. Total mess. But let's get into a little bit about Julia Postal.
Okay. Sally says, just sent you an email. I've got him alive in Irving at the age of 80. Let's do the quick math here. We're 63 years out. He would have had to have been 17. He wasn't that young, unless you just mean 80s. Right? I think he was like 22 or 24 or something like that. Arce. Oh no. All right.
You're out to get me.
Oh no.
You're out to get me, Joe. Can you hear me, Joe? Joe.
Can you guys hear me still?
Can you hear me?
All right.
Scafuza.
Yes, I am here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
That is a hell of a lunch, especially if you're spitting out chicken bones from your sandwich. Although I don't really trust his
Fingers all greasy and shit.
Yeah, his use of the word sandwich is in like between bread, but who knows? I'm just going to read a couple of comments before we move on really quickly, just because I'm a couple minutes behind.
That is an interesting find, Sally. It may be. It may be, but there's a lot of freaking Arces. A lot of
Okay.
Arces.
All right. So, yes, let's move on to Mrs. Postal.
Yeah, so let me show everybody what the genesis of why we're looking into Julia Postal, the alleged white girl in the ticket booth at the Texas Theater, is because in this book, The Cuba Files, as I showed everyone in the book review Fabian Escalante, very high up in the Cuban G2 intelligence apparatus, right? He is a dedicated Fidel supporter, and still lives in Havana to this day. But in the back of his book, he lists 100.
Escalante is still living in Havana today.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
He lists 168 names of Cuban exiles. Okay, in the appendix, I'll show you. Cuban exiles investigated in relation to President Kennedy's assassination. And they're in alphabetical order here. Okay. And as you can see, they are all Latino names. Okay. They're all, except for one. So let me turn the page and show you the P section. Where are we at here? Right there at the top, second from the top. Julia Postal. All right. How in the hell is she classified as a Cuban exile that was investigated by Fabian Escalante in the G2?
That's very interesting.
Yeah, pretty interesting, considering where she works, considering where Oswald was caught.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have an undercover Cuban exile at the Texas Theater? Or was this Oswald's contact? He was supposed to meet at the theater, and he thought it might have been a patron, but it was actually the chick taking the tickets, and he didn't go to her. He snuck in the fucking building and missed his contact with his Cuban exile contact.
Yeah.
Remember, there's reports of him getting up and moving around in the theater, sitting next to a woman, a pregnant woman, and he thought that might be her. But was it supposed to be Julia Postal, posted up out front in her little booth?
Pun intended. Posted.
Now, Joe, do you have a picture of Julia Postal?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now. Just give me a second. I'm getting a little laggy here, as I always do when I download PowerPoints from one laptop to another. But it's coming. Just give me a second. And it is her in the ticket booth. And Rob, do you think she could have been considered a baddie?
Well, if you ever get her fucking picture up here,
I will.
it's sometime tonight.
It's coming now. Hold on.
Where's the fucking Jeopardy theme song?
I know.
And the SpongeBob meme. 2 years later.
Which, by the way, is a great meme. All right, I'm getting up here. That's what she said.
Hey, Gavolta.
That's what he said.
And he's frozen. What the hell? all that build up for nothing. God damn. All right, let me pull up a fucking picture of Julia Postal.
I got it. Hold on.
Yeah, but you're frozen.
All right, I'm not frozen anymore. Just give me a sec. It's coming.
Frozen, buttwad.
Shit.
It's a race. The race is on, as George Jones would say right about now. Who will get Julia Postal up first? Rob or Joe? Lay your bets now, folks. Oh, if you bet it, Rob, you won. There she is in all her black and white glory. Now, does she look Cuban? Yeah. You know, if Julia Postal was a supple, fair-skinned, blonde chick, maybe not. But there's nothing about her that screams, I am not Cuban. Just saying.
Yeah.
Or not. And there are younger pictures of her too from her school days, and she looks like an even younger Latina girl.
Yes, that is from her obituary, which is where I got this color picture from. And bro, I'm sorry, when I fucking transfer these PowerPoints, they just like this computer just lags up on me.
I'm
Put this
sorry.
up.
All I'm
Put
hearing
this.
is excuses over there.
Yeah, put this up.
Booyah!
Yep, that is her.
Now, not a very Cuban name. Okay, Julia Elizabeth Julie Nelson Postal. All right, that's not a very Cuban name, but she looks Cubanish.
Dark hair. I think dark eyes.
You can call me Yulia.
Would you say Betty or not Betty?
I don't know. It depends on. All right, she was born in 24, so in 63 she would have been 39.
Yeah.
So a bit of an older unit at that time.
Not a bad one.
MILF material, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say so.
A little MILFy,
Little Milfy.
not bad.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do ancestry deep dives more than we've done this episode on Postal and Arce.
Actually, we're not,
Oh, why not, sir?
because I found some shit on Julia Postal.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
All right, hang on, because it's about to get real fucking interesting, folks. So hold on to your hats.
I'll take slow uploads for 300.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex. All right, here we go. Check this out. All right. Now, let me blow this up here so we can all read it. Single grave for victims. Mr. and Mrs. J. Nelson funeral is set for Saturday. This is kind of weird. One large grave in Lisbon Cemetery will receive the caskets of Mrs. Pearl Nelson and Merle J. Nelson, victims of a double shooting Thursday afternoon at the Nelson home on Engle Street, South Cliff Heights. Double funeral services will be held at the Lamar and Smith Undertaking Company and will be attended by the 5 orphaned girls of the divorced parents. Okay. The Reverend L.L. Shapapal, pastor of the Trinity Heights Baptist Church, will officiate. The funeral cordage will then move to Lisbon Cemetery for burial. The 5 girls left orphans by the tragedy have been taken into the home of Mr. and Mrs. Charles Nelson Riley. No, I'm joking. Joe, you have no idea who Charles Nelson Riley is. I'm not even going to ask.
Don't.
Okay. Their uncle and aunt. Quote, I'm going to keep them, at least for the present. Maybe not the future, but for right now, I watch them. Them 5 orphan girls. I don't want them separated, said Mrs. Nelson, who is mothering the girls along with her 4 children for a grand total of 9 fucking kids, which to me is total hell. Okay. The 5 children are Pearl Francis, little Jimmy Lee, Meryl Nona, Julia Elizabeth, age 4, and Margaret, age 2. So, Joe,
Julia.
at the tender age of 4 years old, her parents are killed at the same time and are buried in one single grave.
Oof.
The shooting took place in a rear room of the Nelson home. Mrs. Nelson died almost immediately, and Mr. Nelson an hour later at Methodist Hospital. Pallbearers will be whoever the hell all these people are. This was in the Dallas Morning News Saturday, February 4th, 1928. Okay. So Julia Postal never knew her real parents.
Right.
She was at least raised for a little while by her aunt and uncle, which is okay. Beyond that, I don't know if they were ever put into like foster care or whatever. I don't know. I mean, 9 kids is a lot to keep up, especially 5 girls. Kill me now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and of course, very unfortunate. But when you talk about someone you can manipulate, if that's the word, or go astray and get involved in something,
Especially if she's orphaned.
right? That's ding ding ding.
That is ding ding ding. But wait, Joe, there's more.
There's more.
Okay, hold on.
And Timmy Gardner's in the house. What's up, buddy?
Keep your ears on. Hope you learned something, Timmy. Here we go. All right, I got a death certificate here, Joe, of Merle Nelson. This would be her father. This is Julia Postal's father. Okay,
Merle.
Merle.
Okay.
Myrlie.
Oh,
Nelson.
M-Y. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a male. He's white. He's divorced. Right?
Okay.
Date of death is February 2nd, 1928.
Right. She was born in 24. That makes sense.
Yeah. He was born in 1897. He was 30 years old, 9 months and 4 days at the time of his death. And he was a mechanic by trade down here, occupation. Now, let me point you over here in the direction of the other side of this under medical particulars. Okay? Held an inquest on February 3rd at 8 a.m. Cause of death was as follows: gunshot wound, self-inflicted, contributory, suicidal. Okay? So what happened here, they were divorced.
Did he shoot her and then shoot himself?
Yes, he shot her, killed her, and then shot himself.
Yes.
Murder, suicide.
Yes.
Yes. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, there's more. Here's their one grave, right?
Right. Their shared grave, right?
So you're gonna torture this poor woman, not only in life, but in death, by planting her in the ground with the person that killed her in one grave. And I wouldn't even label this motherfucker's grave with father. You know, if you're one of their kids, whoever paid for this headstone, why would you?
Well, you
What
have
he
to.
did is not the act of a father.
Well, you have to think the uncle or someone, obviously, Julia or her siblings didn't pay for it, right?
No, not at that age. But you know, who in the right mind? It had to be an adult, but who would put father above the Merle's name for what he did, man?
I mean, this is 1928, bro. Who knows?
Yeah, but still.
And it looks like there's a bunch of blood on the the tombstone too.
That's what we call moss, bro.
I know, but it's just ironic.
Though lost to sight, to memory dear, asleep in Jesus.
Asleep in Jesus.
Okay, now let's talk about Pearl Nelson, Julia Postal's mother.
Okay.
All right, this is from a census.
Because her father they described as white, correct?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay. Okay.
Damn,
I'm
man.
just I'm just bringing everyone back up to speed here.
All right, so we got Pearl Nelson. This is her mother, age 23. This is from a census taken in 1920. She's whitey, female, wifey, right? Married at the time to Merle Nelson. Her father's birthplace is Switzerland, and her mother's birthplace is Switzerland.
Interesting.
Able to speak English? Yes. Able to read? Yes. Able to write? Yes. Okay.
Okay.
At the time, the other people in the house were Merle, her husband, Pearl, her mother. Merle, her father, Pearl, her mother. I guess Pearl Jr. is 3 years old. I don't know who the hell James Nelson is.
And of course, this is sorry, the 1920 census. So Julia would have not been born yet.
Correct. Okay.
An evil Arce.
So that is that. Now, is Julia Postal Cuban exile? It doesn't seem like it on the surface, but she don't look Swedish to me.
No, she would have had. You would think blondish hair, right?
And I don't know about. Look, I should have fucking clipped it, and I didn't. But there was an interview, and it might have been in his Warren Commission testimony with Danny Garcia, where he claimed that he was a white male. Now you look at that motherfucker. You ain't white, bro. Okay, so but they were they classified them different. Like if you weren't black back then, you're white.
Right.
Okay.
Did they even have the Hispanic
I don't think so.
like option? And you have to remember, someone like all these Hispanics really try to assimilate and become white. You talk about people like Sergio Arcacha adopting the name Smith, right?
Right.
This is what they kind of were going for. Wrong?
No, you're right. And look, you're in Texas. You're in these border states, and again, he called himself white. Danny Arce did. Now, they be applying the same kind of logic to Julia Postal's father? I mean, how many white dudes you know named Merle? Right? Merle. I don't know. I don't know very many.
But
And that's not saying that that's a Hispanic name, but you never know.
right.
So if she was Cuban, it was likely on her father's side and not her mother's, given her
Right.
parents are from Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But she, again, is not fair-skinned, nor blonde, nor blue-eyed. Right? Which you would imagine. I know I'm casting a wide net here on people from Switzerland, but normally when you think of Swedish women, you think,
Blonde hair, blue
blue
eyes. Yeah.
fair skin. I don't know, stereotypically, whatever. And she does appear to look a little Latina to me. And I look, dude, all through this book, there's not anything else. And I saw somebody asking, there's no, that I've found, and I have not read this book cover to cover, but I have gone in depth on a couple of the relevant chapters in this book that are interesting me right now. And I have not seen him address Julia Postal per se in the book, but she is on the list of Cuban exiles that he investigated.
Right. So let's go back to Fabian Escalante for a second. Either A, it's a complete mistake that this random woman from the Texas Theater is put on this list of Cubans that he's investigating. Or B, he might know something we don't.
How dare you, Sally, interrupt this show with facts? Don't let it happen again.
Same difference. Same difference, Holly.
Yeah, they're all white, blonde, hot chicks, whatever.
And it was interesting because someone said earlier Escalante is still alive. You know, not that I think we'll get the chance to ask him, but why do you have her on this list? Because it's very random to
There's no
have
other
her,
white people names on this list, folks. None.
unless unless it's a complete typo
That ain't a typo.
mistake. I'm just saying.
That's too big of a coincidence, dude.
I'm saying, I think he might have known something we didn't, and it doesn't mean that. I guess it could mean that maybe she had some Cuban exile boyfriends, connections, whatever, and she was kind of inserted onto this list. I guess that's a possibility. But
Or she could have been part Cuban on her father's side. We just don't know his genealogy.
correct. But those are the only three options I see it. Complete mistake, which I don't put high on the list. She was on the list for a reason, or she had some type of connections with Cuban exiles. Those are the only three.
And the fact that she's on the list in Dallas at the Texas Theater where Oswald happens to be arrested at, where he's looking for a contact apparently at, is hella sus.
Yeah. Especially if he thought he was getting out of Cuba that day.
Maybe we don't know.
We don't know, of course. But if you thought that, she could have been
Or at least try to
possibly.
figure out what to do next, type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's
So
crazy, for sure.
yeah, and I think I think we're really onto something with Arce. I think there's more to be done on that account. I don't know exactly where. Maybe it'll be a different research project in the future to kind of dig even deeper than the Triple B digs. I'm saying we both dig deeper. But people you don't think as being exactly like your top suspects might have had played some role. What role is that? We don't know.
Yeah, we're just spitballing here. If you want to implicate the anti-Castro Cubans in the plot to A, take Kennedy out, and B, set up Oswald for the hit, okay, you got to be ready, willing, and able to try to figure out the rest of the story here. That's all we're trying to do. We're not saying any of this is definite, written in stone. We're just spitballing just to see where we're at here, see what we got. This is thinking out loud, if you will. But, you take all these little things into consideration, and it's like, something don't smell right here. When you think about that, the Cuban exile population in Dallas was much larger than anybody thought.
Right.
That we learned from Father McCann and that whole deal with Sylvia Odio. And then apparently Odio told somebody that the people that came with Oswald were DRE, and she refused to ever identify who came to her door. She told McCann, even if I knew who they were, I never would tell.
Right.
She thinks that's a betrayal.
Right. And crazy that you found this other Arce in Miami that has ties to jury. That's a problem.
I mean, there's lots of RSAs out there. A lot of RSAs, but
yeah, maybe that'll be our next Martin series.
Maybe they're not all related, or maybe they are. Are all the Borellis related somewhere down the line? Probably. It's a weird name. Well, I mean, it's not like Smith or something where all the Smiths are related to each other. Maybe not.
Yeah.
But
it's not the most common of names, yes.
Right. And Arce is not that common of a name, allegedly. I mean, when you're looking at all of these names, these Cuban exile names, and you're looking at Bay of Pigs inventory, members of Brigade 2506, people who are involved in the Bay of Pigs, in these student groups. You don't see Arce very often.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of Hernandez, Rodriguez, Martinez, a lot of them.
A lot of them.
A lot of Jorge's, Jose's, things like that. I don't know. It's interesting to think about.
It for sure is. GP Ideal said if Escalante investigated the names in this list, I think that's what Rob said, then there's a file somewhere. Yeah, I mean, if he's still alive, it would be interesting to ask him. I don't know if he has a fucking email address or anything, but it would be interesting to ask him, how does Julia Postal fit on this list, bro? Maybe we could ask through our connections and through the BSD community for an email address. How cool would it have been to have been at that conference, not only location-wise in the Bahamas?
I am on the website right now, and I am looking to see if there's anything about Postal on here, because it's interesting.
Mr. Limback in the house.
Hey, John.
The Myral gets the worm. Good stuff. The first name of the Nelson guy.
All right. Index to site documents. Ooh. Personalities. I'm not seeing her. Who's that hot chick? That's not her. Search this site. Internal server error. You got to be kidding me. All right, I can't search the Cuban exile site, but
maybe part 2.
There's a lot of documents on there to go through, like one by one. But I'll task Joe with that for part 2.
Thanks, bro.
Hey, I took it easy on you tonight, bro.
You did. You go. Just show up. I was like, okay, easy enough.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
I told you I had a lot of shit on Danny Arce.
Yeah.
And Postal. So
yeah.
I was just like, you know what? Just show up. We're good.
And that I did. And we all thank you all for showing up. We've had 40, 50 people here almost all night. And a bunch of the replay crew. And again, 400 shows. We would not be here without everyone's support. Thank you for everyone's super chats. You guys are very generous and
muchos gracias, as Danny Arce would say.
and maybe Postal.
Yeah, maybe Postal. Muchas gracias, senor.
All right, let me see. Well, the good news is the damn dog is right here.
Be careful, don't hurt her any more than she's already hurting, Joe.
Look at this. Hold on.
Oh yeah, she's missing. Oh my God, look at that ass.
Yeah, it's shaved.
Is that a puncture wound?
Yeah.
Poor Ruby.
Had to be cleaned out. But you're okay. You're a tough girl.
Good thing Ruby's still with us. Hallelujah. Praise Jesus.
Bourbon Street, and I'll show you what I think of the case.
Folks, 400 episodes. No nights off. We're bringing the heat for all you guys. Thank you for showing up for us. Thank you for showing out. Thank you for supporting the show, whether it be emotionally, physically, or financially. We'll take whatever.
The greatest lies are told in the name of truth.
Right, Joe?
Yes. Watch the replay turn. We explained it in the beginning. She got
a whole
a
lot of
tap.
screwery.
Yes.
What happened? We got knocked off line twice, I think.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Fucking feds are after us.
But we prevail anyways.
Thank you, Tim.
To 400 more. Yes. From your lips to God's ears, as they
Yes.
say.
From your lips to my 74-year-old self in 14 more years. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Math's a little wonky, but yeah, maybe. I might have to slow down at some point, Joe. I don't know if we can keep this up for twice a week forever. But, I'm still feeling virile. So and youthful. So that's a good thing.
Yes.
So as long as that is happening, we'll be here for you. Until then, we'll see you. Maybe in some ramblings, maybe in a book review. Definitely for part 2 next Wednesday night of this Kafuzery show here. 40 Arces and a Mule. And again, thank you to everyone. We appreciate the hell out of you. We love you. Smash the like button on your way out the fucking door. Help us out.
Please do. We are 4 away from 2,500. So if you are watching this, subscribers, hit subscribe button if you're not subscribed. What are you doing?
Yeah, a little help. All right, folks. We'll see you. And we are out.
All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Peace.